Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and the Loki series on Disney Plus has its first official look since that brief trailer shot showing Loki in the Time Variance Authority jumpsuit that I found a million things to say about. Spoiler warning before I continue in case you click on predictive YouTube videos for details you don't want to know because you hate yourself. And before we begin, this video is brought to you by Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. In newly released images, Tom Hiddleston as Loki joins co-star Owen Wilson. Wow. Apparently it's some crime scene procedural scenario. Across the spectrum of Marvel timelines, some crimes are considered of the time variety. These crimes are investigated by a specific authority of time investigators. This is Loki Time Cops. Boom, boom, dun, 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 dun. Bow, boom, dun, 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 dun. Bow, 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 bow. Boo, doo, 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 doo. Ice Team. And among these images are a couple other Marvel Easter eggs that could confirm the confusing timeline logic of the series. Wow, there's a Lady Loki now? This multiverse is nuts. I can't believe I escaped the Wes Anderson cinematic universe for this. Okay, the first thing to point out here is Owen Wilson. He's wearing a jacket stamped with that TVA logo, so just as we expected, he seems to be playing an agent of the Time Variance Authority. They're flanked by cops in SWAT gear, similar type helmets as the TVA patrol officers in the comics. Wilson's different appearance from them suggests that he could be a higher ranking detective, maybe a chrono monitor, or maybe one of the judges like Justice Peace. But Loki is also geared up similarly. So perhaps after getting detained by the TVA as the one out of place piece of evidence from the Avengers timeline meddling in ENDGAME, Loki is being given the option to work off his debt to Time Society by helping the TVA solve some time crimes. The 6 episodes of this season could be a kind of police procedural, time cops, as the TVA goes timeline by timeline, trying to track down some elusive time-traveling menace like Kang the Conqueror, as I've speculated before, or if we really want to get crazy, recent Fox acquisitions like Dr. Doom or Cable. But the biggest reveal of these set photos is actress Sophia DiMartino suited up in an interesting Loki-style costume. Now there's a bit of a debate over whether she's playing the Marvel character Enchantress or the character I suspect she's playing, Lady Loki. Unlike other female Marvel characters with female titles attached to the male name, like, you know, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Spider-Woman, Girl Avenger. But Lady Loki's a whole different thing. Lady Loki is actually Loki's spirit in a female form. Same character, new body. This came about in the 2008 Thor comics when Thor, after the Ragnarok events, comes to Earth to build a new Asgard in Rockstars, Oklahoma. And he seeks out the scattered Asgardians whose essences are now inhabiting the bodies of humans around the world. Eventually, Thor comes across who he thinks is Jane Foster in the body of Lady Sif, but it's actually Loki in that body. And Loki lives on as a woman for the next few years in the comics. Throughout the Dark Reign event, she joins forces with Dr. Doom. So if DiMartino is playing Lady Loki, what is she doing in the same space as Tom Hiddleston, Boy Loki? Is Loki transforming into a female version of himself, like how he swapped into Cap in ENDGAME and in Thor: The Dark World? Well, I doubt it. DiMartino appears to be credited for all 6 episodes. And, you know, switching genders back and forth like that, that's kind of a joke. It might send the wrong kind of message. Remember, this is also a show about time cops investigating alternate timelines, alternate realities, so different versions of Schrodinger's Loki can exist in the same place at the same time. Specifically, if this Loki series is following the rules of Lady Loki in the comics, her presence here might actually pinpoint exactly where this is taking place across the ever-expanding MCU multiverse. Now, yes, it is fun to hunt for these details, but sometimes I just wish that people would release this stuff would just display it all in one pretty easy-to-navigate website. If only they used Squarespace! And thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. Are you looking for a website to sell your fan art? Nobody else is doing MCU characters in the style of old-timey photo booth, and the world deserves to see it. Present your work using Squarespace's professional portfolio designs, display projects in customizable galleries, and add password-protected pages to share private work with clients. You can auto-post your content to Twitter, Facebook, or Tumblr. You can also easily import from Instagram, Twitter, and other platforms to give your site the personal visual flair that you want. Squarespace will even sell you a URL. Now, I'm not sure if IamIronGentleman.com is still available, but you know, you should check quick. quick. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to our custom URL in the description to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. So again, Lady Loki comes about as a consequence of the Ragnarok event. Ragnarok causes the spirits of Asgardians to scatter and inhabit new identities. The Asgardians of the MCU are also in a post-Ragnarok stage of the cycle. In Norse mythology and the Thor comics and inspired, Ragnarok is a cyclical event of destruction and rebirth, including the destruction of Asgard, but since Asgard is not a place, it's a people, also the symbolic transformation of the Asgardian people. In the MCU, Loki died immediately following Ragnarok. Now, he died at Thanos' hand in the beginning of Infinity War, but it immediately succeeded the destruction of Asgard. And he died at the price of the stolen Tesseract from Odin's vault on Asgard, and his death was marked with all kinds of deep Norse symbolism.
I assure you, brother, the sun will shine on us again.
So what if, as part of the Ragnarok cycle of transformation, the moment Loki died, Loki's essence moved on and now possesses the body of Sophia DiMartino on Earth? Now the key thing here is that this would be in the prime MCU reality, Earth 99999, because Loki died in Infinity War, connecting all of this to the post-Endgame timeline. The Tom Hiddleston Loki that we follow in this Disney Plus series is the Loki that escaped from the 2012 time heist attempt, causing a new branch timeline where he's then intercepted by the TVA and put to work. And now it looks like one stop in their investigation could be going back to the prime MCU timeline where Loki is now Lady Loki. Another detail that points in this direction is the bus in these set photos. It says Roxcart Evacuation Shuttle. Now that ROXX prefix suggests a connection with the Roxxon Corporation, the oil industrial conglomerate formerly the weapon manufacturer run by Justin Hammer in the Iron Man movies. Now it appears that Roxxon could be taking over evacuation efforts from disaster zones, maybe as a kind of private sector FEMA, turning the various disasters of the MCU into profit. Formerly, Stark Industries was involved in this kind of work, providing funding for the Department of Damage Control after Loki's Chitauri invasion, which ended up putting blue-collar workers like Adrian Toomes out of work. Perhaps now that Tony Stark is dead in the main MCU timeline, rival corporations like Roxxon are swooping in to exploit and monetize the hell out of every disaster.
Oh, groovy, smashing, yay capitalism.
In this case, judging by that heavy rainfall, I'm thinking the disaster is a hurricane or tornado, maybe some kind of stormy weather stirred up by a certain mutant who now has surfaced in this MCU phase. I cannot wait for MCU Storm's over-dramatic monologues.
I call upon the power of the hurricane!
Wow. And here, Deputy Time Cop Loki will find himself joining TVA Chronomonitor or Justice Owen Wilson with a female destination body of Loki's post-Ragnarok essence in the prime post-Endgame Marvel Earth 19999. Yeah, this show's not gonna be confusing at all. For more of our Marvel theories and speculation, be sure to join our official Discord server where we chew on all this stuff with our inner circle of supporters. Access our Discord by becoming a patron of New Rockstars today at patreon.com/newrockstars. Comment down below with your Loki theories, follow me at Erik Voss, follow New Rockstars, and subscribe to New Rockstars here on YouTube for breakdowns of everything Marvel. Thanks for watching, bye. These crimes are... Whoa!